Hello, hello, and welcome to the Transfer Show with me, Adam. And it has been confirmed that former Norwich left-back Jamal Lewis has signed for Newcastle United. Now, it was reported on Saturday, when things really started kicking off, Saturday morning, that a £13.5 million bid had been accepted for the 22-year-old. And honestly, this is a brilliant signing. This is really impressive. Now, this is a player who was almost touted to be going to Liverpool before they turned their attentions to a young Greek left-back instead, to be understudy to Andy Robertson. So I think they'd try to, bid something fairly derisory in the, about 10 million or so, or maybe less. So, they were hoping for a lot more. Norwich, obviously, as a relegated side, their cards weren't as strong in terms of being able to call the shots on this deal. But he is a really, really good talent. He stuck out to me last season, and he had this kind of, with Max Aarons on the right hand side, they had a kind of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson sort of friendship and chemistry on either side of the pitch, and they were kind of like the the relegation version of that. But he's a player who has racked up a lot of experience in the last few years. He's someone who will work hard. He has pace, and I'm really, really excited by this. This is the first time we've bought a first team naturally left-footed left back since Jose Enrique. If you think Darren Santon was a right footer, if you think that anybody else like Jetro Willems was on loan, Danny Rose on loan, we've never actually committed. And to be paying £13.5 million for, I mean, this is the price of players now, and we're paying for potential as well, which makes it, I think, an even better deal. But Newcastle United don't like paying or even bidding on the going rate. This has been our problem. This is why we've been lumped with £5 million fullbacks that never, they perform like £5 million fullbacks, and this has been a huge problem because we fail to invest. Whereas someone like Jamal Lewis, who I believe has an England future if he wants it, he can be that good. He'll have learned a lot from last season. Norwich trying to play the right way, getting up and down. He's going to be an exciting player to watch with, players like Sam Maximan. He'll overlap. He's got a good whipped, cross on him. And I was sceptical about this deal a few days ago when it was mooted that he was going to be costing around £20 million. I thought, we did a transfer show for True Faith patrons, and I was talking about £20 million we're linked with him. There's absolutely no way we're spending £20 million on any defender, let alone a fullback, But the fact that we've gone out and been decisive, and there had been interest from elsewhere. Jamal Lewis, Leicester were reportedly interested as well, and you think that they've just got the Ben Chilwell money. They had the they had the capital to kind of usurp us and get him over the line instead. But he's opted for us, and it shows again this kind of move towards buying Premier League proven British and Irish players in the core. You think that Jeff Hendrick's also come in as well. He's an international, Jamal Lewis, and he has got a really, really bright future. This is really, really positive stuff. This is such a seismic change from what we're used to, and I feared that this summer the recruitment strategy would be free transfers, loans. Obviously, with free transfers, you've got different caliber of free transfers, but loans where it's nobody can really settle. Is there an option to buy? What you don't want a team littered with loans, because you want people who want to establish themselves at Newcastle United and become great here and be here for a few seasons and learn their trade and grow and develop loving the club, and that's a huge thing. And so somebody so coveted as Jamal Lewis, who I really think has a bright future, and he's exciting. He's a really exciting player, and maybe he has a lot to learn defensively, and maybe has a lot to learn attacking, in an attacking sense as well. But hopefully Bruce is the man that can put an arm around his shoulder, give him the confidence, and instill that belief in him that he just go out and do your thing. And we've got a lot of seasoned veteran defenders that he can learn from already. And I think Rafa's had to play Matt Ritchie had sort of left wing back before. We've had to play Paul Dummett, who I don't think is hugely a natural left back, leaning towards more centre back. But to have somebody who's I was really pleased when Danny Rose came in on loan, because he was proven, he was established, a solid player. But I guess with Jamal Lewis, what you get is it's certainly cheaper, but you get the longevity as well. You get that development. You're paying for his potential and what he could bring, and we're paying for what he almost hasn't produced yet, as well as what he has shown and impressed. And he made that step up. And yes, Norwich got relegated, but that doesn't mean that he played badly. Andy Robertson at Liverpool, he got relegated with Hull, and now look at him. So maybe the relegation can be character building, and maybe he can bring again this notion of, I have something to prove, and I want to prove to you Newcastle fans that I can be that number one left back for years to come. And that's what I really hope happens here. He's a really excited signing, and it's fantastic that he's chosen us over potentially plenty of other places to go as well, and much better clubs in much better states than we are right now. So I'm really excited about it. It's a fantastic one to get sorted, and I really can't wait to see him in the black and white. Thanks very much, everyone. This has been the Transfer Show with me, Adam, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.